Good afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm back. I'm back with another video today, and I'm really looking forward to this one because this sort of video is something I love to consume, the kind of content that I love to watch, and that is plant tour. Plant tour. I just want to give you a tour of my plants. So, we're just going to get into it. Don't know how much storage I have or if I'll be able to record everything. But I want to bring you along. Okay? It's just going to be like a very casual. I'm just going to walk you around the different places in which I have plants, which I have quite a few. So, let's go and check them out. Okay, let's check them out. We're going to start right now with what's in my room because we're already in my room right now. So, okay. All right, I'm going to flip the camera and let's get started, all right? Okay, this is my first plant that I want to show you. I don't know the scientific name for it, and she also looks kind of crazy because I think it's supposed to be outside. Not I think, I know it's supposed to be outside, but this is the pot that it's in. I made this pot, and it looks a little, crazy because it is. But that's that's what we want for a crazy plant. So, I just think she's very gorgeous. I love the shape of it, and I might need to move this outside soon because as you can see, she's very leggy and she's reaching towards the lights over here. I have a plant light here, but I don't want to spoil the next plant yet. I'm not going to spoil her. So, here is she. She's some sort of succulent. Yeah. All right. Moving on. Oh, she lives right here as well. She lives right here on my bed. Here's my little bookcase. And here is she. Now, moving on to the next plant. I'll grab her. The next plant I have is a monstera. Here she is. This is a monstera cutting that I propagated and put into this really cool pot. It's really rough, but I got it from this nursery that I really enjoy. And it's also really heavy, so I have ideas of if a killer tries to come in, this is what I'm grabbing. But yeah, this is her big old leaf, and this is um her offshoots, and I have this yellow citrine in here, and I like watering it. I think it's good luck. I don't know. You can decide what you want. But I have it in 0.5. Here's my hand for reference. And she looks good. She's cute. This is how we look to scale, if you're curious. But I don't know. I really enjoy her. I think she's elegant. So let's move on to the next plant. So moving on from my monstera and this girl, we have this girl, my sansevieria. She's just a regular snake plant. Let's bring her right here. This is she. I also grew her from just one little leaf cutting, and I have it in this really cool pot that I think was from like some sort of grocery store, and I thought it was cool. Let's see. No, no, no brand, but it's like one of those draining ones where you water it and then the water comes and it has like a built-in dish. And then I have this piece of quartz and some stones on top of there too. Look at that. Nice stonage, if you will. And yeah, she's growing very well also, and I like her. I like her a lot. So, yeah. All right, let's move on. This one is a plant that I really, really love. I really love this little number. She's also a sansevieria. This is a sansevieria as well, so the same type of plant as the snake plant. And I'm not sure what the scientific name for this one is, but I'm pretty sure it's called like sea urchin sansevieria, or starfish. I think it's starfish is the correct name. But what I love about this one too is like, well, it grows really, really slow, but I love to watch like how these growths patterns happen. It basically like it splits open a spike like that. Do you see that? The spike splits open and then it shoots out another baby. And I just think that's so cool. And it happens so slowly. So this plant also just started off with like, I don't know if you can see that girl in the center. She started off with just that one and she's had 2 babies. So that's what these 2 other pups right here and right here are 2 babies. And then I put this red eye bracelet that my grandma gave me. And she seems to love it also. Oh, and this pot I also did make. She's in her nursery pot still, because, you know, I don't really see the need to. I don't think we need to change the pot if she looks pretty good. So let's give her some scale. There is my sea urchin for scale. I love her. Like, I literally love this plant, and that's why I keep them all next to my bed. Miss Sansevieria. She looks great, right? I love them. I love my babies. And here's where they live on my top shelf. They have this plant light right here, and they have this outside light. So, well, okay, I might as well show you the star of the show now, okay, since she's right here. She's kind of making herself known already, but this, my friends, is my, I don't even know how many year old, but I believe I got her like 2018 or 2019. So I believe she's 6 or 7 years old. I'd have to double check and see if I can find a really old photo of her, but let me just zoom back and show you her full scale. So right now I'm standing at the edge of my bed. I'm not going to show you my bed because it is not made, but here she starts from the pot and she grows and grows and grows. She used to be shorter than the moss pole that I have right here. And she's growing, she's growing, she's growing, and she goes all the way up onto my curtains. That root right there is stuck on the wall. So I could pull it off if I wanted to, but I don't want to. And look at this freaking leaf. Are you kidding me? She has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 splits. 8 splits. And she already has a baby up here too. So I'm really excited to see how that girl looks. Let's get up close. I like to stand on my bed and stare at her like this. Look at that. Isn't it stunning? Isn't it freaking stunning? Look at these roots. They're like worms, but cool, not nasty. And then I put this root to grow behind the poster because it's dark back there. So I think she likes growing. And she's literally hanging on right here. You see that? Like she's stuck. I'm lifting it right there. All the way down, twisted up right there. All the way down. She even peeks out to the balcony. The balcony, which I'll show you that in a moment. And I love this plant. Look at it. Is she stuck? No, but she's supported. I love her so much. Let's get some scale for you. So I'm not really sure if this does much help, but here's standing next to the plant. Oh, and she's like up there. So all the way up here. I love her. I just love this plant so much. And I feel like the video is not doing her justice, but there she is. I love that plant so much. Love her. All right, and now let's go, before we go outside, I'm just going to show some indoor plants that I have, like in the rest of the house, like the living room. They're not super exciting because they're just under grow lights, but they're worth addressing. So let's go see them. Let's go say hey. In the living room, I have this money tree. We've got a money tree right here. And she's right by the door. I'm pretty sure that's feng shui. Not intentional, but yeah, I mean, she looks good. Not really much to say about her. She's got new leaves. Oh, she's a little dusty too. Please don't mind that. Please don't mind. And if you did mind, you know what I would do about it? Nothing. So, yeah, I think she looks cool, you know? It's good to have her. And just don't look at that, okay? We don't need to look at that. We don't need to address the negatives. So, but yeah, we have this big, what is this? Watering tray underneath, and yeah, we just bottom water her sometimes because me personally, I do not have good luck with keeping money trees in pots. I don't know. I need to get better at that. I don't think they like me. But I'm gonna try. I will try sometime. Next, we have this plant shelf thing. We got these two plant lights up here. And this is a peace lily that we're trying to regrow as well. She was a little bit sad. She was a little bit sad in this other pot. We kind of forgot about her in. But she's trying to grow back. Look at this. We got this new leaf. And, you know, this kind of tells me that she's been dormant, this little dead leaf, because it is pushing out another one. I will try to get for you. If you can kind of see that little thing is a new leaf, which will grow. So that's great. That is great. We got another leaf right there. Yeah, so she's coming back. She's bouncing back. Just give her time. This is, I want to move this one outside too, but she's doing okay. Like, she could definitely be a lot better. But this is a philodendron, I think Brazil. So I think it's philodendron, right? Isn't that the name of them when they're like pothos, but like the sister? I'm pretty sure that is the name of it, but yeah, she has this variegation. And yeah, I kind of want to thread her with some fishing line. I think that would be nice, so that way she can actually be showcased and grow fabulously. So that is her. Then on this side, we have your classic golden pothos. She's looking very nice. I would say she is rather smashing. She's doing good. Look at her right here. Looks great, right? Can't complain. Can't complain about Miss Golden Pothos. She always does good. And this is, I don't know what kind of plant this is, but it's like a, I want to say it's like some sort of a palm. It might be some sort of a Dieffenbachia. I'm really not sure, but honestly, she would probably do good outside too. And to be fair, all plants would do good outside. They're from outside, so. But she's definitely grown a lot since we've had her. Like, I don't know if you can tell, but she used to be like maybe like this tall, and then boo. So we gotta be doing something right? Next, moving just slightly over, we have another Monstera. Now, I think this was actually like the very first like Monstera or large houseplant that we ever got in this house. So, honestly, she could be a lot better. She was our first one. She was our baby. So that's kind of why she's like that. But I've also thought about like just growing out one branch, and so that way that branch can get like really thick and strong, as opposed to having like 3 branches kind of twisted up in here. Next, I have this plant hanging. This is, I think, two plants. This is a Pothos Enjoy with a Pothos, I think it's like Snowy Queen or something like that. It might be some other type of name, but yeah, I have basically my 2 variegated pothos in this hanging jar. I just recently moved it to this window. She used to be in the kitchen, which I'm gonna get to, but yeah, now she's here next to a window, and I think she really loves it. She's been putting out new leaves. This one, I've noticed just the Enjoy kind of grows a lot slower, but oh yeah, she's growing a new leaf. But yeah, I really like it here. I think she looks good and she's getting good sunlight. This, I have another Monstera growing in my kitchen, and her as well, she needs to be dusted. Okay, give me a break, give me a break, all right? There's bigger things to worry about in this world, really. But yeah, she's here and she's in this like volcano-y pot. I also got her from the same nursery. And then I have this, like, what is this called? It's like an aquatic branch that I have for my snake, but he doesn't really like, he's a ball python and he doesn't really like to climb. So I've seen, like, I put these in here for enrichment and he honestly doesn't like them. I do have this little snake here that Miss Kiki gave to me. So he lives there. That's his house. And yeah, that's that Monstera. Then directly on the other side, I have this Monstera again. I have a lot of Monstera cuttings because, well, they're just really easy to propagate and I love how they look. I love how big they are. This one is just in water. Kind of looks nasty, but yeah, I really have done nothing to this plant. She also started with just like one leaf or like a couple of leaves as a cutting, and then she's just been growing more. So I don't know how she stayed alive in just water. Typically that doesn't work. Yeah, typically that doesn't, I wouldn't recommend just growing a plant in water for a long period of time. Propagations, yes, or for like display and gifts, I would say, yeah, that works, but I wouldn't recommend growing it in a long term. Unless you want to change the water like a lot, which I really don't. I really don't change the water that much in that container, but hey, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So moving on to my little kitchen plants. I've moved a lot from here into my back patio, which we'll get to, but I'll start over here. So in this pot we have, it's kind of deep. I don't know if you can kind of tell, but I have some more philodendron. I think it's just green, just jade. Philodendron, she's growing out onto the bottom, like a nice bush. And then I have this, I think it was a syngonium, like it used to have pink variegation on it. Oop, low-key, she has mealybugs. That's okay. That is okay. That is okay because I can treat those. But yeah, this used to have like pink, it was like called like white butterfly or something, or maybe this is the white butterfly and that's why the leaves are like white. Okay, maybe everything I'm telling you, actually, yeah, I don't know. It's something like that. This is what the leaves look like. The leaves. One thing I love about plants is if you stare at them like super hard. I don't know if the camera will pick this up, but I love that you can like see the segments within a leaf. Like I love staring at that because then I just imagine all the little cells. Oops. I try to imagine all of the tiny little cells that are moving in there and making chlorophyll. Anybody else? No? Okay. So that is that plant. A little dual action there. Then, oh god, okay, this is sad, but this used to be a, like, what is it called? The desert rose or African rose? Something about African violet, and she got, I don't know, you know, I tried to resurrect her. She was doing really good in some other pot, like, a year ago, and then she just went dormant. She never produced flowers for me, so RIP, I'm sorry. Then here we have like a little, this is like a gift succulent too. She was a lot fuller, but someone let her get dry, and it wasn't me, but I'm trying to resurrect her again. These usually do pretty well, so I'm really not stressed about this. This is an elephant's ear or elephant plant, something like that, because they eat it. But yeah, this girl, I'm very proud of her as well. This is my basil. She has some like baby stems that are a little bit, that have dried and died. But again, I'm not mad at that because you know what? I grew this plant from, what is this? I don't understand why that is happening. That's a bit strange. But what I was saying was I grew this plant from, you know, like the grocery store where they give you a pot, like the basil pre-potted plants that you just immediately grow in dirt. Well, I separated her out, which you should always do if you're gonna repot basil. You could definitely do a lot less than I've done here. I'm pretty sure you could just grow one, like by itself in a pot, one or two, but I was lazy and I wanted to do them all together. But she's also grown a lot from the first time that I got her. I just recently gave her a trim because I made dinner on Monday. And I used some of her skin for my food. So that's why you can see like little trims there. But I try to cut them right next to like where the leaves are, so that way they can grow like this and produce like two more, if you can see that. So they can, what is that called when you chop the plant? Pruning, so that way it can branch, become more bushy instead of tall like that. Then, surprise, surprise, I have another Monstera, and she's also in this beautiful lava, very rough ceramic pot. And then this is a little dish that I made. There you go. There she is. Yep, there's a little dish. There's some water in there, but again, this plant dries out pretty fast, so I'm not worried about that, about sitting water. But this is her, and I also think she's really elegant. I am very proud of this. I basically got this aerial root and then I bent it so it's growing back into itself. Can you see that? Yep, it's growing back into the pot, so it's like a big arch. And I think that just looks really awesome. Look at that. I love that so much. All right, moving to the, we'll go to the backyard.
All right, so we've moved to the backyard. This is my lovely strawberry plant. Lovely strawberry plant. You can see she's got some babies on her. I'm gonna just snatch that. And, oh, this one got eaten by a snail. My arch nemesis, but it's okay, snail. You can have that one. And I'm gonna take this one. Ready, set, yeah.
Oop.
Oh. Normally, I would recommend twisting the strawberry before you rip it out, but yeah, oh god. Yeah, the snails, they really don't like me. They really are out to get me. But I really love this strawberry pot because it's been super productive, and all the little offshoots, which it doesn't have any right now, but I just replanted them into the smaller pot next to them. And when they got their roots established, I cut it. But okay, yep, another strawberry decimated by snails. But like I said, it really doesn't matter because here's two more. And dude, if you could just smell these strawberries, like if you could really smell them through the screen, they smell like candy. They just smell so sweet, and they're always really like extra soft by comparison. So, oh yeah, all right, moving on to this plant is my sage. And 100%, 1,000,000%, she has seen better days. To be honest, I think my mom moved her and then ruined up her roots because she was growing into the ground. So she dropped a lot of leaves. But this is, what is that plant? It's the jasmine plant that we're growing up a trellis as well. And this is a fern from my grandma's house that she brought here. And, oh, this is rosemary. And I love rosemary too because I love using it when we're cooking. And I just want to show you my strawberries again because literally look how red they are. They're just awesome. Nothing like growing your own strawberries. And they're not hard either, just to recommend that. Oh, here's like the elephant plants, elephant ear and a snail. And then that's like I think it's called like ogre ear. This one, yeah. All right, now we're moving on to the front yard. I'm doing voiceover for these because my neighbors are out and they have dogs, and yeah, the people are out doing their thing, so I just didn't want to be a distraction. But yeah, this is a little succulent pot. Some of them are growing a little weird, but that's fine. And then this is another type of plant that my grandma brought. She said it's good luck, so I put it. She said to like keep it in front of the house or in front of the house for like protection. I don't know, but it's there. And then I have a little spiky cactus there, and then another snake plant Sansevieria from my grandma's house. And then we got this. This is a rogue tomato. Okay, I did not plant this tomato plant. She's just kind of grown on her own. I think there was like tomato seeds in our compost. But oh, these are my sunflowers. They're my sunflowers. Look at them. Aren't they so pretty? Yeah, so at this point they've already bloomed, and I kind of just let them die out until they fully like dry, because as you can see, these giant heads, oh, that one's a little bit bloomed, but these giant heads are full of seeds. And I really love to see the birds. The birds will come and like play on the leaves and then eat all the little seeds out of the flower heads. And I'm obsessed with that. It just makes me so happy to see these plants grow from seed. This is a baby pumpkin. Yup. I'm growing a pumpkin plant too. I don't think I will get a pumpkin because it is very much out of season. This was like an experimentation, growing this pumpkin plant here. I did grow pumpkin last year, which I can put a picture of, but I'm growing this pumpkin vine in a new spot than I did last year, and I'm also growing it vertically, which I don't think I will do next time. I think I will just grow it horizontally on the ground. There were some nasturtiums there. I don't know if you saw. I'm moving kind of quickly, but yeah, this is like my little front area flower patch. There's really not much that I have going on in the front. It's a lot of just like wildflowers for the bees and for the birds, literally the birds and the bees. We had some white nasturtium over there. There is some alyssum, and this is it's gonna be, I think it's called like a black-eyed Susan or something like that. Some sort of a daisy is gonna come out of there. Not the Susan, sorry, that's a different plant. I just remembered. Oh, and then I have this random succulent pot out there as well, and she's going good. She's going good. I might have to trim her because she's got a flower, and that means she might die. Oh my god. PSA, do not ever plant mint in the ground. She will take over. Oh, this is a chamomile. This is a small chamomile before she flowers. That is a purple tradescantia, also from my grandma. And then I got these buttercream poppies. Aren't they gorgeous? Like, I love these flowers so much. They look like silk. They look like white silk. And that's what the poppy plant looks like without the flowers before it blooms. And then these orange fluffy flowers are called Mexican sunflowers or Mexican carpet flowers. And those are marigolds or cempasúchil as well. Oh, and this is the stunner. This is the stunner of the outside. Yeah, she has some powdery mildew, but it is what it is, okay? I'm not growing crops or vegetables, so it's not that big of a deal. But this is my jumbo giant sunflower. If you can see how tall she's gotten, very, very, very tall. Very proud of her. And this is her for scale. This is me. She's grown past the roof, so. All right, party people, we are back inside. I'm back in my room because I'm gonna go to my patio. And this space probably has my favorite plants. Oh, say hi to Pierre. This place probably has my favorite plants, and my favorite just area vibes overall in terms of plant designing, which I really don't do besides like you saw right here. That's about the amount of plant designing we do. So I'm just gonna get into it. All right, we are back. Hello and welcome to my little back patio area. I will take you along the journey. So we have two sides to start with here. This side with this little chair. Okay, and now let's get into the tour. I've put you down, and here I am trying to get a thumbnail of some sort. I'm like, I don't know, how do you make a good thumbnail? Should I hold this? Does that look cool? Anyways, here's the first plant that I've got. I don't know what the name of it is, but it's a type of succulent, and it's pretty common for like outdoor landscaping, I've noticed, which is where I got this plant. Actually, it was like on the sidewalk from some neighbors terraforming or whatever you call it, and I just took her home because she looked really sad, and then I put that little fairy statue into it. Next, I have a little elephant ear. This one I think is variegated of some sort, which is why the stems are kind of pink. And then I painted the little pot, the little ceramic, what is it? Terracotta pot. Um, those little rainbow colors. Oh God. Okay, this one, yeah. Don't look at me too hard. This is a Dieffenbachia. This is like a dumb cane if you've ever seen her. She has no leaves, and that's okay. We're just gonna set her down and move on. We're just gonna move on. So this one too, she also is the same plant as the first one. Same situation. She was broken off, and I just took her home. I just recently uppotted her into this bigger pot because she was like really root bound, and so she's recovering right now. I had to like decimate, like cut up the roots, and then I repotted her. And you know that happens sometimes. She's just adjusting, but she's doing well. This one I really love. I really love this plant. I love this pot. It's another type of succulent. Again, I'm not sure on some of these names, but I'm sure you could Google some descriptive words and you'll get there. But yeah, this is in this heavy yellow pot, and a lot of these plants were like really dry over the winter time because I did not really tend to them in the winter. So if you're wondering why some of them are kind of crusty and like dried looking, that is why. This one, for example, it's like a jelly bean plant and some sort of other succulent. I really don't know what the name of it is. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But yeah, she's fine. She is fine. You know, I'm watering her again. She's now in my line of sight, so I won't forget about her. This one's called like baby's button or like belly button plant, baby's belly button, something button, something babies. Um, and yeah, it's looking pretty cool. I might have two different types of plants in there. I cannot tell. But yeah, I just repotted her in that too because she was doing really bad. This girl has died. She fully died. Like this plant was like just like twigs in a bowl. But she came back to life somehow just this year. So she's regrowing leaves. Again, plants are magic. I don't like to throw them away because they will grow back. And she's an example of that. So this is a string of dolphins, I believe, and the shape has kind of reverted just a little bit, but I just really like trailing succulents. They're one of my favorite types of plant. So I keep her. I keep her. And oh, what are we going to pick next? Oh, this was a good one. This is a good one. And this one is a uh bear paw bear paw succulent or like animal paw. It's fuzzy. All of that to say, it's really fuzzy and soft. And I love how juicy the leaves are. And they have like, they're just so cute. Like they're literally little bear paws. I love it. I love how it feels. And it makes me really happy. This one has grown a lot as well. I got it many years ago, over 5 years ago now at this point. This one, I kind of wanted to experiment and do like a little bit of shaping with her. So that's why the leaves on the smaller, like ogre ear plant, are like only at the top because I kind of wanted to make them look like trees. They kind of remind me of the plants in SpongeBob, like the trees in SpongeBob. Do you know what I'm talking about? This is like, I'm showing you how tall they started off as. So they've really grown. They have really, really grown. So the next plant that I'm going to grab is a trailing jade. This one is variegated purple, so that's why the leaves or like the older, more mature leaves have like a purplish hue to them. And I love the way it trails. I'm telling you, I just love a trailing succulent. I love the repetition of the leaves and I love how they hang and I love how robust they are. So I just keep it hanging on the side of that chair. This chair was already on the patio when we moved in here. So this one I really love. I really love this plant. I believe it is a type of actually I'm not even I couldn't tell you. I was going to say I think it's a type of crassula, but I'm pretty sure that's totally wrong. So um yeah, it's just another type of succulent that has these little bulbous leaves. And she started off so little, so little. just barely even like the top of the plant was showing. And now she's got all these arms and she's all curly, and yeah, I just love it. Again, I'm trying to find a cool thumbnail as I'm moving these plants around. Now, this girl is like my stunner. She is my Westminster dog show award winning, beautiful creature. Look at her. If you were to try and buy this full size plant at a nursery as the way it is, it would for sure cost like over $100. Like, I can guarantee that, because this plant grows super, super slowly. This is a Burrow's tail, and I have it in this giant ceramic bowl, and she's just trailing and living her most awesome life on my back patio. Look at her. I love that plant. Oh, this is also a plumeria. Also started off very, very, very small. She kind of struggled in this back patio space, but I've been misting her down, and I also gave her some more soil and heavily watered her. So I think she's going to be okay now. She used to have no leaves, so we're looking good. We're looking good. All right, now we're moving on to the other side. This is the other side of the patio. So this first one is what is that? Madagascan palm, I believe. It is a Madagascan palm. She started off pretty small too. Not much to say about her. It's looked like this for quite some time, just maybe a little bit shorter on the spikes. They're not sharp. Well, they're kind of sharp. They're just kind of scratchy more so. They're not painful or anything. And the little bowl or the pot I made as well, there you can see, and give it a little kiss. Nice. Does not hurt. All right, this next plant, yeah, I'm just gonna get her over with. This is a Crassula for sure. I think it was called a Crassula like calico, but I loved this plant when she was in her prime. She is not doing very hot. When I moved her into this ceramic pot, she was in a bigger pot, so I basically like made her downsize, and then it's also terracotta, so it dries out super fast. So pretty much I dried her to death. But I believe in her. Again, she will grow back, and it's very pretty when it is fully grown. Okay, see, this is one that we moved outside. This is just what is this called? It's like a Monstera addisonii. There we go. It came to me. But yeah, this is just another type of Monstera, I guess. It's more of like a vining plant than you would call those big ones that grow like giant roots. But she's pretty cool, I guess. I'm like, yeah. So I just keep her on the bottom, very bottom shelf. Then the next one, okay, don't laugh at her, okay. yes, this is a plant. This is a very, very sad looking what is it called? Desert rose? Yeah, it's a desert rose. Yeah, okay, stop, don't laugh. I know. This is the second time she's lost all her leaves, and it's because I was keeping it in the kitchen where she was just simply not getting enough light. So this back patio gets a lot of indirect bright light, so I think she's doing better. She's given these little growths at the bottom, which have only gotten bigger since I first noticed them. So give her a smooch. She's doing good, okay? Yeah, I'm happy with her. Then this is my string of bananas, which also, again, literally died and came back to life fully. You can see kind of like underneath where there's like dying plants or like dying vines. Oh, see, this is me looking really scared at the plant because there was literally a bug right next to my face, and I'm pretty sure these little white dots are a type of pest. Yeah, that's me realizing that they're like everywhere, but I'm like, whatever. Okay, yep, I don't see it. Do you see it? No. It's outside, so maybe the spiders will be able to take care of it, which I can definitely tell you there are spiders back here, okay? Which is why I was going to pick up this plant, and then I saw that she had spiders. So no, not spider mites, just, she's a house for somebody else. So I'm going to leave her there. This is my string of teardrops, I believe. She's done fantastic. I don't know how she has survived the neglect and the dryness outside, but she's really done awesome, just besides some like a little bit of sunburn at the top. This is just a regular succulent. She was growing into the floor with her sister on the side, you will see. So I ripped them out. Yeah, there's her sister. They're kind of like siblings, like a bunch of siblings and a bunch of sisters, but yeah, I just literally haphazardly threw them into those pots together. And this is another cactus that I've just, she's just stayed there. There's a cactus inside of the cactus. She's doing great. Oh, and then we just recently moved this one outside. This is a croton, but they grow wildly outside, like in Africa, so she definitely does not need to be inside. She can get some sun out here. Oh, and this is my other syngonium that I moved outside, and I also put her on some fishing line. I think it's also a syngonium white butterfly. I'm not really sure. I just like the variegated on it. The variegation? Yeah, okay. Oh.
Well, I realized I didn't film an outro, so if you stuck with me and watched my 40-minute plant tour, we are now friends. Well, for the most part, we're like digital friends. I don't actually know you, and you don't actually know me. All right, I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe. Don't forget to like. Okay, my next video, who knows what it's gonna be, but I will for sure tell you that I have a very exciting episode coming out soon. Oh, before I go check out my online shop. I believe once this video is uploaded, I will have dropped my newest batch of my newest batch of upcycled clothes. So if you're interested in that and you like upcycled clothes and you want to support me, go ahead and check that out. And all right, that's all I have to say now. I will see you soon. Bye. Goodbye.